Thank you very much, Ms. Zainab, and thank you very much for the invitation. First of all, I've started the recording. I hope this is okay for everyone. My name is Wael Mansour. I'm a senior consultant at Elsevier based in Dubai, and I'm glad to continue this series of sessions regarding Scopus. This is the second session for Scopus, and we are going to focus on the journal matrix today. Without further ado, let me actually share my screen and start with you talking and sharing information about the journal matrix in Scopus. If you have any question, please put it in the Q&A. So we will try to answer all the questions by the end of this session. Let me share my screen. I hope you are able to see my screen now. That's the Scopus main screen, which you can access from via University of Bahrain, of course. And we have talked last time about introduction to Scopus. If you haven't attended the previous session, please contact the library to get the recording. What we covered last time is some important information about Scopus, the total number of publications, which has reached now more than 100 million publications in Scopus. Scopus is updated daily with around 13,000 articles. It has more than 28,000 active journals, plus the conferences and book chapters, which the three types of sources available in Scopus: journals, conferences, and books. We covered the search last time. So we cover the document search, which if you're coming to Scopus to search for publications, if you're doing, for example, a literature review, you can use the document search, and you have many fields to use, and you can actually add many fields and use Boolean operators to do your search. You can search for authors for your own profile to look at it, to see the strengths and areas to be improved. Or if you would like to look at any other author or researcher worldwide to collaborate with, you can use researcher discovery mainly for collaboration. If you can search by subject, and it will get you the top people worldwide having matching publications with the subject you are searching for. And we looked at organizations, which is the universities or any institution worldwide doing research. You can search, for example, for the profile of University of Bahrain or any other profile of a university or entity doing research worldwide. It can be corporate also doing research worldwide. Also, we covered Scopus AI and how it can help you as a researcher to be able to understand more the complicated subjects and use the right search keywords, because you are using natural language searching, and in the background, Scopus converting this to natural language search plus also keyword search to be able to get you the best results. And it gives you an abstract with references, and also the big picture, the map of the subject relation of this topic you are searching for, and so on. Also, we covered the sources, which is our part today. We'll spend more time on sources today. And the third part, we talked about the support. You have the help center, you have the tutorials, which is you have help as a text, and you have help also as short videos to take you step by step how to edit your author profile, for example. And contact us. This is your first line of support, which you can send any question to this team. You have email, and you have also chat to be able to get an immediate answer from the support team by chat. And when you log in to Scopus, you get more features. So you can save lists of titles, you can save searches, you can create alerts for any article to add it in your profile or someone else, or citation, and so on. And also all the requests which you send to the support asking them, it will be in this dashboard, so you can see and follow up on the items which has been resolved, the items which they are working on, and so on from this dashboard. That's why it's important to log in with your email address of the university. So the support team will recognize that you are from University of Bahrain, you have a subscription to Scopus, so they will be able to answer you better from inside Scopus. Sorry. So that's a quick recap on what we have covered last time. Um, sorry. So today we are focusing on sources, and we will actually, within sources, we will focus on journals. How can we benefit from the matrix we have in Scopus to be able to get the right journal to publish or get the right journal to read in Scopus. So first of all, this page, I clicked on sources on top here. It is structured that you can search. You can search in these sources by subject area, title, publisher, and ISSN. And here is the space to put your keywords for searching. On the left side, similar to all Scopus, you have the filters. You can filter by number of citations. You can filter by quartile. You know that journals in general are divided into 4 quartiles. The first quartile is the highest quality, and then second and third and fourth. And then also you can filter by the type of source. So you would like to publish in journal only, then you can select journal here. On the right side, you have the list of sources, which is available. You can see here the total. This includes the different types of sources and also includes the discontinued journals. So it's very important for you to understand that there are some journals which is discontinued and how to recognize them. You don't want to publish your paper in a discontinued journal because it will not appear in Scopus. Also, your university will not benefit from it as a productivity or as a publication published at University of Bahrain, including ranking and other things, which is important for the university, of course. Here you can see the source title, the site score. That is one of the metrics. I will explain it in details now. Site score is an Elsevier metric. And then you have the highest percentile of this journal. Of course, the percentile is the number which is used to calculate the quartile. So 99th percentile means it's in the top 1%. So it's in the top part of Q1, of course, very high quality journal. And it is sorted by site scores. That's why we see the first journal is in the top 1%. And number of citations in 4 years, number of documents in 4 years. And why 4 years? Because that is the formula to calculate site score. I will show it to you now. And here we have 95%. That is the percentage of articles cited in the year of 2023 for this journal. And again, I will explain why is that 2023, because that's the last year which a site score has been calculated for. Site score is calculated in May every year. So next month it will calculate for the publication in 2024. Of course, it is after the year is fully complete, then the matrix are calculated. And then you have the SNP, which is a metric from University of Leiden in Netherlands. SGR is from Simego in Spain. So we have 3 metrics for the journals to use. And we have the publisher name, as you can see. So let's take an example for one of these journals to understand what information Scopus provides you and allow you to select the journal according to that. First of all, it starts with the journal title, and then the years of coverage within Scopus. It's from 1950 to 2025. That is the issues within Scopus. The publisher here is Wiley. And you have the ISSN of the journal. You have the subject area. It is a medical journal covering 2 subtopics, oncology and hematology. And the source type here is journal. It's important because, as I mentioned to you, the sources are 3 types: journal, conferences, and books. On the right side, you have the matrix. So let's talk a little bit about why we do have 3 matrix while other databases may have 1 matrix. There is a golden rule which we believe in Elsevier, that first of all you have to use qualitative methods and quantitative methods together to be able to evaluate any research. Even you are evaluating a journal or you are evaluating a research output and or of a university or of a researcher of anything, then you have to use qualitative and quantitative, both methods. You cannot depend on one method. And when it comes to quantitative methods, which is the metrics are representing that, the quantitative, you should use more than one metric. Do not depend on one. You use two or use three. That's why we have three metrics. And that's the way which we believe it's a responsible way of using matrix. You don't take just one indicator and just build your story on it. You have to look at the details of the information. You have to look at the quantitative, qualitative, and when you use the quantitative, you have to use more than one metric. The first one is site score. It's a simple, straightforward metric. I will explain it more because it has a lot of parts below. The second one is SJR, as I mentioned to you. That is from, you have some information here when I clicked on I. That's a metric from Cimego in Spain. It's a research center in Spain, which is, they have many things. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It has the SGR metric. It has also ranking for journals, for universities, and so on. And this metric is a subject normalized metric. What do we mean by subject normalized metric? That means it takes the potential citation of the matrix into consideration. So you can use it to compare between journals even in different subjects. So you can use it to compare between journals in the same subject, but also in different subjects. And maybe that will be more useful for the different subjects, more useful for the research office and the library. And then we have SNP, which is from University of Leiden in the Netherlands. Again, they have a research center which has come up with matrix, come up with ranking, and so on. So that is the metric of the number of SNP, which is also a subject normalized metric, but it has different formula, different way of SGR, but both of them in the same category, which is subject normalized metric, which is different from site score. Site score is a simple metric. You can use it to compare between journals in the same subject only. Similar, by the way, to the impact factor. Coming back to site score in detail, site score actually it's a basket of metrics. It's not just one metric. The main metric here, as you can see, this is the number of the metric, very high because this is the highest quality journal in Scopus, and you can see here it is changing once in a year. Last calculation, which is done by Elsevier, was in May, 5th of May 2024. So next month, this number will change, and it will show very transparent, in a very transparent way, how it is calculated. It's number of citations in 4 years divided by number of documents in 4 years. And if you click on these numbers, you can go to the documents, for example, or to the citation to verify it yourself. So very transparent. The equation is very clear, and also you can verify it yourself. So since this is actually an annual metric, we have also the site score tracker, which is a monthly metric. And so you don't have to wait for 1 year to see if the journal is improving or not. And you can see when it has been updated or calculated last time. It was on 5th of April this month. So next month it will be updated again. And you can see the journal is improving, of course. The third part of the site score metric is called the site score rank, and it ranks actually the subtopic of the journal. So this journal is in medicine, as I mentioned. It has 2 subtopics. Maybe it's not very clear here because this is the top journal. So it is number 1 in that subject in oncology from 404 journals in Scopus talking about oncology. This is number 1. So it's in top 1%, of course. And also number 1 in hematology, which there are 137 journals covering hematology in Scopus. So it will show you also where is the rank of that subtopic. So all this information, you can use it to compare between different journals when you would like to select a journal by evidence to publish or to read. Also more information here you have, which is site score rank. It will show you the rank of the journal according to the subtopic. So again, here it is, yeah, that is very easy because it's number one, but maybe other subjects you will find it, and we will take examples, of course. You may find it number 10 or number 20. It depends also on the quartile you are looking to publish at. Also, you have here the site score trend of the journal in general, and you can see in general it's improving, although in 2022, sorry, gone down a little bit, but it is growing and it is a very good journal, of course. Last part of the journal is the content itself, and you can see in 2025 there were actually 22 documents were actually published in that year, 2024. 44, and if you click on that, it will take you to the journal articles directly, which has been published. 22 article has been published this year in this journal. So very easy to go to the publication. So that's actually the information about the journal. So let me go back to sources. So that was explanation of the different parts of the journal. How can we use this practically and also in a responsible way? So we use the matrix in the right way and not just depend on one matrix. I would say that maybe the best way, or most of the people use the subject area, unless, of course, you have a journal title or ISSN and you want to go directly to evaluate that journal. But in general, people will go to subject area, and let's say they are looking for journals in artificial intelligence, which is under computer science in Scopus subject headings, apply. So now I'm looking at all the resources in Scopus talking about artificial intelligence, but I'm interested only in journals right now. I'd like to publish an article in journal. So I'm filtering by journal. You can see here the number has been decreased. 384 journals has a topic or subtopic about artificial intelligence. One more filter I have, which is important, is the quartile. And the quartile, you're free, of course, to publish in any quartile, but generally it is easier for the people who published before and they have already a research output, a decent research output, to go for first quartile. And if you're an early career researcher and you would like to start your career, first article to publish, maybe the fourth quartile is easier for you. It's not a rule. I mean, maybe you have your first article and you were able to publish in second quartile or first quartile. That's possible, but it's very difficult for the people to do that. So I'm going to first quartile now as an example, and then you select the quartile according to your research output and your career. Are you early career researcher or mid career, or you are experienced researcher? So I'm selecting quartile one now from the 384 and apply the filter. So you have 156 journals has artificial intelligence in Scopus in the quartile one. So let's take randomly the first journal, and I'm sure it's journal because I filtered by journal. You can see here again the title, the coverage in Scopus from 2008 to 2025. This is the publisher name, ISSN, subject area. It's computer science journal and covers 3 subtopics. So it covers software, artificial intelligence. This is the one we did search for, and human-computer interaction. So it covers 3 subtopics, and of course, the type is journal. That's what the field we use to filter our search. On the right side, you can see here the site score is understand very high numbers, and you can use it to compare journals, and we'll come to them. We can look at the site score, how it is being calculated. The site score tracker, it is improving a lot compared to last year, almost the double of last year. And here is the different rank of the journal. It is actually number 1 in all different subjects. And you can see here the journal site score is really improving every year in a considerable amount. So that's very good. and the Scopus content. Okay, that is also important information to know that the journal is not publishing a lot. So in the whole of 2024, we published only 5 documents. So maybe that's a bit difficult journal to publish at, because you really need to have a very strong scholarly output and very strong article to be accepted within this journal. So I guess this is actually another important information to know about. In 2025, they have only 1 document has been published right now. Okay, so what can I do more after I got to know all this information? But when I actually I was searching for the journals, I can actually select few journals and export them to Excel. I can do that. And when I export them to Excel, I can actually open the first one. I know now the titles of these journals because I want to compare between the 5 journals to be able to select the right one using the matrix. So I will, from inside the journal homepage itself, you click on compare sources. So in this page, you can compare up to 10 journals in the same time using a lot of matrix. Remember, one of the responsible use of matrix is to use more than one quantitative methods. So use HGR and SNP, or maybe HGR and SNP and site score. There are also other matrix you can see. Now I have the journals in the Excel file. I can use the ISSN to search for them. Of course, I don't have it right now. I'm talking about the real scenario, but randomly now I can say here, let's say computer, and search in the source title. I have list here. Again, randomly, that's not the way you should use. You should export and know the ISSN or the title, and you can do multiple searches to add the journals to the list here to be able to compare between them. I think that's the first journal we have added, which is really in a different style, level. So I will remove it. I think that's the first one. Yeah, now it's a fair comparison between the sources which is I've selected. The first comparison is by site score, since they are in the same subject, so I can use definitely site score. The first one here, the high journal, starting from 2019, is the ACN transaction and computer-human interaction. And then let me look at other matrix. So I'm now using the CIMAGO. Again, it's giving me the same message. Starting from 2021, this journal is the highest level journal in the 4 or 5 journals I've selected. If I want to use more, I can go to SNP, and it's giving me the same message actually from 2020 till now. This is the highest journal. So I guess that's my journal, which is I will start to select to publish my article, but they definitely need to go to the journal, look at the journal insights, what they are looking for, what are the exactly the style of their articles, and all the information which you know better than me regarding publishing. Also, you can look at the citation per year, you can look documents per year, percent not cited. So this is the percentage of the articles not cited per year. So that's an opposite journal. The less of the articles which is not cited, the better the journal. It's an opposite. And here is the percentage review article per year. So this way, by evidence, you are able to, and a responsible way also, you are able to use the matrix to evaluate the journal. Of course, the first part, which I mentioned to you about the golden rule, which is the qualitative part, this is covered by that these journals are peer-reviewed, number 1. Number 2, the journal which is selected within Scopus, there is a content selection advisory board. They are reviewing the journals to and make sure it is matching with the quality criteria of Scopus. Then it can be indexed. And also from time to time, they are reviewing the journals to see if the journal is still matching the criteria, or there is a deviation happen, and then the journal can be discontinued in Scopus. Which actually takes us to a very important part. before you look at the matrix, before everything, you have to make sure that the journal is active in Scopus. Because Scopus, for example, has 40,000 journals, but the active ones are 28. So when the journal actually violate the criteria or not matching the criteria anymore of the journals, we discontinue the journal in Scopus because we would like to provide you with only high quality journals in Scopus. But we don't remove it. So for example, if a journal we decided to stop, let's say in May 2022, so the last issue will be May 2022, June 2022 will not add any new issues. So the step number one is that you need to make sure that the journal is active. How do we know that? The journal is active. In general, all the journals are active, but if it is inactive, below this line, the coverage line, you will see a label saying that this journal has been discontinued in a Scopus. And once you see that label, maybe you can read the old issues if you want, but you don't want to publish into this journal. So that is something important. I'll show you an example for that. So if we go to sources, and I will sort by lowest site score. Yeah, so for example, this journal or this proceeding doesn't have actually a site score because it's discontinued. And here, sorry, that's the label. So if the journal or the source in Scopus is discontinued, you will see this. So the first thing, once you open a journal or a source in Scopus, look for this label, coverage discontinued in Scopus. If you see this, then you don't want to publish into that journal. You may read the old issues if you want, but don't publish into this journal because your article will not appear into Scopus. So that is the label which is shows you that this journal or this source has been discontinued in Scopus. So that is very important. Maybe last part before we take your questions. You can download the full list of the journals in Scopus from this link. So again, we are in the sources page, which you get it from the top here. You click on download Scopus source list. You need to download the first one. That will take you to this page. I'm not sure if you are able to see my page right now. The titles on Scopus. Can you see that? I assume you can see it, right? If not, please let me know. Then you have the first link here, the list of title, the Excel file. You click on that Excel file, and you are downloading this Excel file. It's a little bit big file. It's about 28 megabytes. So let me open that. This file is updated monthly. So there is a new file every month, and you would see the name of the month in the file. I think now we have the March. So the March file appears in April, the next month, which is complete. So the April one, you will have it in the second week of May, for example. So let me share the Excel file with you. Okay, I hope you are able to see the Excel file right now. The Excel file has different sheets or different tabs, as you can see. The source title, the ISSN, EISN, and very important here is the active or inactive journal. I can actually add filters here to be able to sort these columns. Coverage. Also very, very important that you have the language. So for the people who are interested to publish in Arabic, for example, that's an important column. You can open this and search by the code for Arabic, ARA. And click OK, and then you come back here to column E and only look for active journals. Of course, you don't want to publish anything. Then you can see all the sources in Scopus, which is 50. Let me unselect. Which is 52 titles. They are actually active and they accept articles in Arabic. The journal can accept multiple language, so it can be Arabic, English, French, Portuguese, I think. Arabic, English. There is only Arabic, English, and so on. Also, you can see the source type here, journal or book series, publisher, and the subject area. So you can filter by subject area, chemical engineering, decision making, engineering, and so on. You can publish, sorry, you can filter by any subject you want. The second tab is about the accepted title. So this is actually updated. The sources file is updated twice in Scopus, is updated twice a year, in June and in October. So before that, there may new journals added into the list of Scopus, but does not appear on the interface yet. It appears here. So sometimes you get a letter from a journal that we have been accepted. You can see that this journal, for example, is very new, accepted in March 2025. Many of them actually. So they will say Global Health and Medicine send you a letter. We have been accepted in Scopus. And when you go and search in the interface, it's not there yet because the interface will be updated. Only the sources page will be updated in June, coming June or October. So you can know that the journal is accepted really in Scopus and you can publish in it already. Also, we have the discontinued titles tab for the same reason, although the interface with the label of discontinued journal is updated anytime. So once the journal is discontinued, the label will appear. It doesn't have to wait for June or October. Once it is discontinued, the label will appear. But this can be a double check for you, the list of discontinued journals, and it gives you more information as well. So if we go on the right side, you can see radar means actually there are three reasons to discontinue a journal. Radar means the number of citations of the journal increased a lot, or number of articles increased. So for example, one of the journals we have seen that was like publishing 5-6 articles per year, suddenly you found that it's 100 articles. So that's actually a question mark. So it goes through the content selection advisory board. They review the journal. If they see a compromise in the quality, then they stop the journal. So this journal was stopped in the year 2018, issue number 4, page range 7677. So that's the last one. So that's the last coverage, indicates the complete volume. So issue 5 from this journal, it will not appear into Scopus. So that's the discontinued titles till March 2025. And then also you can see the list of conferences, which is in Scopus. So this list is very important. Let's go back to Scopus. I think we have covered everything I wanted to share with you today. So let's go for the question, Ms. Zainab.
Yes, please feel free to share your question if you need any help.
There are a few questions actually in the Q&A. So
yes,
Dr. Shrikant, I'm unable to see documentation, Scopus AI toolbar. It shows only author search and source. Can you please explain more, Dr. Shrikant? What do you mean? Do you mean when you open the search like this? Ms. Zainab, you have Scopus AI, right?
Yes, we have it.
Yeah. So do you mean when you for some reason disappeared from me as well?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a refresh happening right now, but it should appear for you also here in Scopus AI automatically. You don't have to do anything. But I don't understand what do you mean by documentation? You mean the help files? Can you elaborate more, Alice, please?
Yes, you can unmute yourself and you can raise your hand if you explain more what you mean.
Yeah, it's appearing here. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Turkan. Unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mansoor. What I am saying that yes, this documents, author, researcher, discovery, and Scopus AI. When I am opening, I think maybe this is only accessible through university. Am I
No,
right?
if you have access to Scopus, then you have access to Scopus AI. Just maybe refresh the page, like what happened to me. I just refreshed the page and then it happened.
No, I already refreshed. I only can see the sources and author. That's all. I
Sources
cannot
and
see the documents. Now, how you have the toolbar, right? Documents, authors,
yeah,
researcher,
yeah.
discovery, organizations, and Scopus AI. But I can see
Where are,
only author and source
where are you accessing Scopus from? Out
from
of
my
campus?
home. From my
Maybe
home.
Ms. Zainab can help us. I
Yes,
understand there's a remote access solution at the university, which is Open Athens, and allow everyone to access Scopus and other
yes,
resources, of course.
yes. You can log into our databases from library website.
Okay.
Yeah, go to UOB library website. Then there's the option bar library, and you will see the library links. Then you can log in with your UOB account, your email account.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Because actually I am already logged in with my UOB account. Maybe I have to go through with via the
Yeah,
library.
yeah, you
Yes.
should go through UOB library website.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have a question from Dr. Wael El-Madani. For journals with different subject categories, will they have different Q ranking and different SNP values? I don't understand what's Q ranking. The second one, different SNP values. Of course, they will have different SNP values. Each journal will have a different SNP value because it's calculated per journal. But what is Q rankings, Dr. Wael? Do you mean quartile ranking, maybe? Ah, okay. Yeah, of course. No, it can be the whole journals in Scopus, the 28,000 journals are divided into 4 quartiles. So you will have thousands of journals in Q1, thousands in Q2, and so on. I hope I did answer your question. If not, please share. What makes a journal, Dr. Sofia, what makes a journal discontinued in Scopus? A journal can be discontinued from Scopus by many reasons. Number one, if the journal itself decided to discontinue, so to stop, or the quality of the journals has gone down. So we monitor the quality of the article, we monitor the number of citations if it increased a lot suddenly, we monitor the number of articles if it increased suddenly. So it goes for revision by the Content Selection Advisory Board, which is an independent board from Elsevier. And if it is not matching the criteria anymore, we discontinue the journal. I hope I answered your question. Dr. Wael, you can talk if you want. Unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, Mr. Well. Regarding the quartile, if the journal cover different area like artificial intelligence or different area. So if I go to artificial intelligence, it can give me, for example, Q1, and in another area will be a different quartile like Q2, for example?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Yes, it's possible. Usually the journal will be all of the subtopics in the same quartile, but there are journals has that because it is evaluated per subjects and the number of journals in that subject. So it can happen that you have a journal has two subtopics and one is in Q1 and the other in Q2. That's possible.
And if there is a way that from Scopus website, not for Steam website, I can determine or find all the journals in Q1 by or like verifying. For any other metrics, we have equation, but for quartile there is no equation. It's calculated, I think, based on the site score or something like this. So if there is a way that I can verify that from Scopus website.
It is in Scopus. I'm not talking about SGR. Sorry, yeah, SGR or Cimego right now, which
Yeah.
is they do the quartile according to their matrix. They are depending on the journals from Scopus, but they're applying the quartile according to SGR. I can talk about Scopus, of course,
Yeah.
which is the quartile is identified by site score. How to
Yes.
verify that? I don't understand what you mean by verify. To calculate it yourself?
For example, if I search on AI and I found 100 article or 100 journals covered in AI, okay, so it means that the first 25 will be Q1 and then the second
Yes.
25.
Exactly.
Is that like this?
And the methodology, yes, exactly. And the methodology of the, let's say if you have the first 50 articles have the same site score, which is theoretically possible, but it's not possible. So it depends on the number of journals and also the formula of the site score doesn't have to be exactly divided as 25, 25, 25, 25. It's 25%. And according to matrix, let's say in Q1, you have 30 journals out of 100 because you have, let's say, 5, 6 journals have the same top site score. So it's not by number only, it's number one by the site score, number 2 is by number of journals.
Thank you. I have one more question, Mr. Wael. I'm not sure if it's within the scope of this workshop or not.
Sure.
Regarding the conferences, if we have a conference and we'd like to apply for indexing the conference by Scopus, okay, if there is a way that we can apply directly to Scopus without going to IEEE or Springer or.
No, you have to, Dr. Wael, you have to go with a well-known publisher. So selecting the conferences and books slightly different than journals. Journals, we can add all the journals which is matching the criteria into Scopus. But for conferences, we focus about 50% of the conferences on computer science, mathematics, and engineering, and the other 50% for all different subjects. This is rule number 1. Number 2, they go to the big publishers and look at their conferences. So the communication will happen between the publisher and Scopus to request for the indexing, but it's not guaranteed 100%.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. We have a question from Dr. Nisha Malik. Thank you for the help session. Are all articles paid? Do we have any collaboration with UAV for submission? The second part of the question, I'm not aware of it. Maybe you need to ask the library if there is a what you call transformative agreement or something like that with to the university. But the first part, no, not all the articles in the journals of Scopus are paid. There are different types of journals. There are normal subscription, which if you publish in the journal, you don't have to pay anything because the journal business model depends on they get actually the subscription fee from libraries and they allow the researchers to publish for free. But there are other type also, which is open access. So the business model is the journal is open access, available to everyone, but they get fees from the author to publish. So you have both types in Scopus. So if article publication in a journal, we can submit directly. Yes, yes. Yeah, you need to search by subject. And then as we did exactly the example, select the journal. And once you see this is the number 1 journal in your list, go to the journal and read the insights of the journal. What does the journal require? What are the type of articles? You get more information to reduce the possibility of that your article get rejected. So understand the journal very well before you submit your article. I hope that answers your question. Any other question? I hope the session was useful for you. And you start using the matrix in Scopus to select the right journal. Any other question? So Mr. Muhammad, Library Director, is asking Dr. Nisha to contact the library to answer her question. Thank you very much all for your time. I think, Ms. Zainab, we have come to an end of the session if there are no more questions. There is a question from Dr. Wael. Can we search for titles or articles without logging into Scopus? You can see the list of the journals, but you cannot search. You cannot look at the articles or the details of the journals if you don't. Sorry. Without logging, yes, you can. You can without logging. If the university has a subscription to Scopus, without logging, you can actually search for the articles. You can see the list of the titles in the interface. But when you log in, you get more features. For example, the Excel file, which I tried to download, you need to log in if you would like to save searches, alerts, and so on. That can happen only when you log in.
Yes, as we said before, they need to log into UOB website. Through the UOB website, then they can do their search. It will be all the option available.
Exactly. Thank you, Ms. Zainab. I don't see any
Yes.
other questions.
Yeah, I think there is no question. Thank you, Mr. Wael, for the information, and thank you all for being with us today. And we hope you found the information and tools you need. And please feel free to contact the UOB library if you have any question or you need any help on how to log in. And you will receive the workshop emails after we finish with the recording and the certificate link with all the information that we share on this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zainab, and thank you everyone for attending the session. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Thank you very much.